Hi folks, this is just a quick update this week. I caught COVID, so I didn't get as much done as I'd hoped, but I did do a couple of things, and the game development community decided to collectively dunk on Unity, so we can talk about that. So Monday I applied for a game development apprenticeship. I had to make a little game using their 2D game engine to be considered. It was very fun and it was engaging to do, so fingers crossed that I can get through to the interview stages for that. The tank battle game has started off okay. I haven't got very far in it, but I am at the stage where the tank can move independently from the turret, so we can aim with the turret using the mouse and move around the world using the WASD keys. Starting to learn how I can create components in C++ rather than using blueprints. The components act in a hierarchy structure, and you can add further components to them that can have differing properties. So the tank is made up of the base collision component, then the bottom wheel component, the turret, the spring arm for the camera, and the camera itself. I'll also get back onto developing this next week, but let's talk about Unity. So as of this video going up, Unity announced that on January 1st, 2024, they will be charging developers or publishers, no one really knows, for installs once you make over a certain monetary threshold. When this information was first released, it was said that it was going to be per install. So if you were to install a game 5 times, the developer, publisher, whoever gets charged, would get charged 5 times. Unity clarified that it will now only count for the first install, but it's still up in the air about who's going to pay for these charges, how they're actually going to monitor these charges, and if games that are pirated would count towards these charges as well. They're keeping a pretty tight-lipped about how any of this works, and the developers of indie studios, I believe, are right to be concerned. Unity have stated that this will not affect 90% of their user base, but at this stage I think a lot of the trust is gone. The people that this is going to affect the most are the people that like companies that look after Genshin Impact, which is a huge money maker. I think that's made in Unity, as well as games like Marvel Snap, and I think some of the Mario mobile games are made in Unity as well. So essentially the higher ups at Unity have tried to mess with the most litigious companies in gaming and are trying to get an extra piece of the pie. This would be funny if it wasn't for the fact that someone appeared to call Unity and send death threats, which just isn't right. It hasn't affected me that much. Being early in my game development journey, I was lucky that I didn't have too much in the way of loyalty to a specific engine. I didn't have a workflow or the contacts or the infrastructure to be affected. The ones I feel sorry for are the indie studios that have based their careers and their brands on using Unity. It would be stupid to try and sort of give advice to these companies, as they're in a much better position to decide, what happens next, whether or not they want to switch engines or stick with Unity. But if you are a new video game developer watching this, I saw advice on Twitter, and I really wish I saved who it was that said this, because it's great advice. I didn't, and I can't find it now, but essentially it's this: don't learn how to use a tool, learn how to make games. Now this kind of follows on from the tutorial hell thing that I mentioned last week, but especially in the early stages, don't box yourself into becoming so reliant on a tool that you can only use it going forward. You're doing yourself a disservice later on in the journey where you don't become flexible. It's really hard work, but try it and explore multiple things. They don't have to be great, they can be terrible. In fact, I would actually go into it knowing that they are going to be terrible, because then you can guarantee you're going to have fun with it, but you'll also learn something from it as well. So really quick, that's it for this week. Sorry it was a short one. Hopefully next week's is a bit more thorough. Cool. Like, subscribe, notification bell. Thank you very much.